Moving on, Bahati made a pledge to the Harambee Stars. And of course, this pledge was for 1 million Kenya shillings were they to win. I think it was, who are they going against? Who are they, whatever, against? Morocco. If Kenya was to win against Morocco, he had promised to give them 1 million Kenya shillings. And of course, they won. What was the score again? They scored quite 1-0 against Morocco, and it was this that then led up to people having to pay the piper. Ulisema unawapatia 1 million if they win against Morocco, iko wapi 1 billion? Mind you, he's not the only person who promised. Kuna watu wengine hatutasema kwa nguvu, but tunawajua. You know them. Promises that never come true. So unfortunately, Bahati was one of those people who made a promise to them to give them this 1 million shillings had they won against Morocco, and they did win 1-0. Now here's the trouble. Hadi saizi hajawapatia pesa. Hajawapatia pesa. And of course, a lot of people are like, oh man, he was just clout chasing as always. I mean, it is Bahati, the Bahati Empire. They literally, their whole life is about Kiki, right? And he got angry, and came online with, I forget that guy's name. And he was just like, obliterating this information, telling us that apparently he's been trying to speak to Mariga and he's been trying to call Mariga for the past week. Actually, the story starts with him saying that he was away for 1 week in Naivasha because it was his child's birthday. So they were away for the whole week after that event. Of course, we know it's a week after that battle was won against Morocco. Unfortunately, he says because of the fact that he was away for 1 week, he is so shocked that people are then making it such a big deal that he can't come up with 1 million Kenya shillings. He proceeds to make, is that guy called DK? DK pull up a whole brown bag and pulls out 3 million Kenya shillings. And he says that this is his weekly allowance. This is what he uses on a weekly basis. His weekly spend is 3 million Kenya shillings. And we're like, okay, cool. So, and then what? And he says, how dare you say that I didn't want to give these boys, the money that I promised that I would give them. The problem is I've been trying to contact Mariga for the whole week. I've called him many times. There's a missed call. In fact, he even gave us a screenshot of his conversation between him and Mariga, where he said, the conversation or the screenshot of the messages, the WhatsApp messages exchanged between them says this. Good morning, senior. Paula, I have missed your call. I was on set. Been in Naivasha for a family vacation. This was sent on 18th of August. He says, I've been on vacation for family vacation, and also I had a client shoot that was due the end of this week. I understand this week has been crucial for the team's training, blah, blah, blah. So in case I delay, allow me to do it the first thing next week, which was now the coming week. And of course, he didn't actually turn up with this money. He continued to say, Ata sioni shida yoyote. This is now on Sunday where he sent the message saying, Ata sioni shida yoyote hapa bro. Panga vijana this week vile nilikushow. I will bring myself personally as proof. Nakupigia nikitoka church. We agree on the day and then I will show up and give the boys money. Now, of course, he gave us a bunch of other screenshots. He showed us evidence of him trying to call Mariga. The works. He did the whole nine. However, the fact is he still hasn't given them this money as he promised. Now, plot twist, because they are the Bahatis after all. He then posted on his social media, on his Instagram, footage of a supposed robbery that happened at his house. He says that this happened, and I quote, the caption under this video footage that was CCTV camera footage from a neighbor's house. He posted this footage and he posted the caption saying, alert, gangsters visited my home between 4:27 a.m. and 5:30 a.m. Stay away from my money or else you will be shot dead. Dear Inspector General of Police, I am making a formal complaint. Please organize extra security for my family and my neighbors. Our lives are in danger. And my question is simply, okay, so you come online, you flaunt, you have 3 million Kenya shillings, and you say that this is your weekly allowance. Of course, if this is your weekly spend, you may have a lot more money in your bag. Kwa nyumba, labda kuna pesa zaidi. You're going to attract thieves. But all this to say that, again, it is the Bahatis. The clout will be chased by any means. So even the validity of whether or not they actually were robbers were at their house at 4:30, 5:30 in the morning, I don't know how valid that is. But hey, look, I'm not going to say that he's crying wolf in this particular case. Let's just assume that these robbers did show up at his house. These gangsters did show up at his house and they tried to get in and rob him of the money. The question still remains, when are you giving the Harambee Stars their money? Unawapatia lini? Because tunangoja. He was so angry, he's even, flinging money at the camera person as he's being recorded saying that he has money and he's rich. He said he's one of the richest superstars in Kenya. Said he doesn't even need to sing. He hasn't made any music in 8 years because he doesn't need... Basically, Bahati did Bahati, okay? So we still have no money for Harambee Stars yet, but the plot may thicken. Maybe, as he said, on Monday next week, they will be able to get that money. We'll see. I will update you as the updates come. For this moment, there were gangsters at his house. He promised people money. He never gave it to them. We're not even sure whether he was robbed or not. All we know is that the Harambee Stars have not gotten their 1 million Kenya shillings. Together,